template, which is nice. You can customize. We do have some options. So to go to options, go to file, options, file locations will show us both where report templates are held and where reports are held. Both of these are default locations. You can customize to go wherever you want. And then there are some report generator options as well. So we can choose to show negative numbers in parentheses or not. And then we can control the number of trailing digits for both inch and metric separately. And just here's a quick couple examples of reports. We have a tool setup sheet over here and the operation sheet on the right. And important to point out, for both probing and reports, the help files are actually very good, detailed and thorough. So if you have any questions after this, check out those help files. There's quite a good bit of information in there. Let's go back to a spree. And I'm going to use this second part for our reports. Once that loads up, all right, so here under File and then Publish, we can create a report. I'll just show you that real quick. We have a few options created for you already. We have operation list as a summary or detailed version, and a tool list as a summary or detailed version. So if I choose one of these, we'll go operation list detailed, I can output it as a PDF, Excel files, web page, or rich text, or I can just choose to preview it. So we'll just preview it here, and I'll open the report after creation. It'll take just a second, and then this preview window comes up. We have machining report, our logo, part name, part program number, all kinds of good information here, some pictures of the part on the machine and a finished version of it. And then for each tool, or each operation rather, it shows us what tool is being used, speed, feed, work offsets, cutter comp, steps cut, all kinds of stuff, and a picture of what that part should look like after that operation is complete. You can see that updating all the way here to the end. And I can close this. I could export it to a PDF, basic controls like you'd see in a PDF editing software. So let's edit one of these reports. I'll edit the same one we just saw, operation list detailed. We'll say OK. I'll just show you a couple things in the software here. This is called Extra Report. Basically, you can change all kinds of things in here that you might want. We can change our logo to your logo. I've been here before, I believe. There we go. Now we're Stark Industries. Just double click anything I want and edit it. And then so any of these text fields that are just plain boxes or just text editable, any of these that have the little yellow symbol up here is referencing a database. So I can highlight one and click the arrow over here to the right and see what it's referencing. So in this case, mail merge is the reference, and we're looking at the spree data document.name. So it's pulling from your spree file this document.name, which you can also find a full list of what's available over here on the right side on this field list. And it's organized by categories of document, fixtures, parts, stock, etc., tools. So you would find things for tools like coolant or chamfer shape, those types of things in here. So it's fairly easy to find what you're looking for. This picture is a good example. This would be the finished part picture. So if we look at what that's referencing this time next to data binding, it's looking at the spree data document dot part view image. And if I choose this drop down, I can choose to reference something else. So fairly straightforward, very similar to other report software out there. We've got tools over here on the left. Say, for example, I wanted to add a barcode, and just click and drag the barcode over to where I want it, size it how I want it, and choose what I want that to be with the arrow. So this time, data binding, I'm going to go to document, and probably file name would be a good one. So I'll choose that, click off. And now when I run this report, that should show me a barcode up top, and that can be very useful, especially if anyone's already using automation like that. We have a barcode scanner at the machine. Your operator gets this report, scans the report, and the file's automatically loaded on the machine for you. So there's no mistakes ever of running the wrong program. Of course, that's never happened to any of us, I'm sure. So other things, rich text, I can just drag and drop over here. It will kind of alert me if things are overlapping. So I put that one on top of the picture and turned it red. Down here, that is the case because we're allowing some overlapping. So this is basically looking at all of our milling ops. But also important to point out that these are kind of organized in what they're calling bands. So I've got a report header here at the top, and then a detail band. And within that, I've got this band for milling ops, lathe ops, and then pickup, bar feed, release, etc. And basically, it's going to look through your spree file and produce all of these ops in order. So let's see what else could we play with here. A picture box, we've got a couple, but again, I can just drag and drop one if I want and edit it with the arrow up on the top right. I can also, from the field list, I can choose things to drag and drop. I can just click and drag author. Example, there's document author. And here it is again. So very easy to move things around and kind of make it your own. So what I have an example of here are several that I put together. So this is just the basic tool setup sheet. So you can see your tools, you've got your diameter, basic information, and a small picture of each tool. And then looking at the next one is going to be the detailed tool list. So bigger picture of the tool, a little bit more information, organized a little bit differently. And then we have our operations. So this is just a summary of all the operations. And this is the header that we saw in the edit area. And then a kind of a reference of the type of operation, but not the real part. And again, a reference of the type of tool, and then the operation information. So if you want more information than that, there's also this detailed version. So this will actually show the part in its completed state for that operation, all the good information there on the left. That's kind of what we saw earlier. And then I did just kind of playing around, made my own version, changed that image like we saw earlier, and created my own. So you can customize these to your own needs. The help file is, and if you have any other questions about this software, there's a lot of information out on the internet as well. So with that, I think that's the high level view for probing and reports. Dan, do we want to see what kind of questions we might be able to help answer?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, since you're